What was that like?
Really hard.
Alright, really hard.
Yeah, big, fast, with a few little kickers in it, and everyone's just ripping in. There's quite a few juniors, and they're all so punchy, so they make it really hard.
Alright, here's 2 minutes of what he's talking about. Fitness, that's pure, you have to be VO2 fit. You got anything there?
No.
No. Happy birthday, Jesse.
Thank you, Chris.
What's planned?
Just lunch. Family lunch.
Beautiful. So yeah, we've been often criticised for basically just doing one crit in Sydney. That's a completely fair criticism. Now, I'm not going to make some outrageous claim that we're going to go and try and do every crit around the place, but this has to be an opportunity to expand the horizons, Chris. Expand the fitness horizons. Because that... Do you like that? It's almost like I script this stuff. That was a different ball game. Oh, alright, farewell. Trying out a few new crits. It's really something we want to try and do. Take advantage, I suppose, of the fact that we've got these fantastic clubs in Sydney that are putting racing on. But I mentioned this in that club video, didn't I? The ride out, like it being a whole ride. And it's interesting, right? So my normalised power for that ride, which, let's stop it. So that's me there today. Okay, that's the whole ride. And it's really interesting because you compare that to what my ride was yesterday down south. I'll put it down below. Almost the exact same metrics. Exact same metrics from like a general perspective.
So massive thanks to Southern Cross Cycling Club, which is a club I don't know much about. Guys, that's more a comment on me than them. So please, guys, if you're in the club, do comment below. Let us know a little bit about your club. I'd like to sort of open that up to our audience for guys to talk about it. So just in terms of what that was, because I have not explained anything of what just happened, probably. It was a crit course called Waratah Park, which is down around Sutherland. Don't quote me on this, but like one and a bit K kind of course, and it's down and it's up. So it's like a 1.5 minute VO2 effort, and then down the other side and go do it again and again and again. And it was only 35 minutes. Yeah, Chris's endurance fitness really came to the fore there.
So what do I mean by a VO2 effort? Well, let's just quickly have a look at the course here. So you come sweeping down this really fast sort of section. It was like 70, 60 Ks an hour. And then, well, you're punching. And VO2, there's a lot of sort of percents of threshold and ways that you can kind of describe it. I'd kind of say it's about as hard as you can physically go for a kind of 1.5, 2 minutes. Like, it's probably a bit short as a pure VO2 effort, but if you can kind of see the power that's going on here, it's practically as hard as I can go for this particular period of time. And this is, like I just sort of mentioned, not obviously the kind of training I'm doing. It's not the kind of training I like doing. So doing it in a race is like, it's two birds with one stone. So that was all uphill, that section that you just watched. And then this is the super hard bit. Oh, I struggle so much here over the top of the climb. And this is the finishing straight. And again, it's just like grade slightly uphill, and you're still giving it absolutely everything you've got. And there you go.
Yeah, now put a golf after it. There's parts of racing that are just the reason we do it, which is like you're sweeping down into a bend, you're absolutely boxed, your heart rate's way higher than it's ever been, but you've still got to actually like steer your bike and then you're thinking about, well, what's next? Do I go to attack, or is that the right wheel to follow to make the next go? There's just that kind of stimulation that happens from racing a bike that is the drug. I probably shouldn't mention racing bikes and drugs in the same thing, but it is. It's the thing that gets me every time. It's just like, that's what I miss. That's what I miss. And as motivated to train and everything that I've been over the last couple of months, to get the adrenaline going and doing that again, and being fodder, like, let's be honest, being fodder in that race, I don't care. It's just about ripping in and just being on that limit again.
And before we head over to the office, guys, I just want to show you this. This is the sprint. So Jesse was in a 3-man breakaway right at the end. And as I kind of described before, this is the finishing part. And you've just come through the top of it. And it's that full VO2. And then he goes to... This is why this course is just so brutal. He then goes to sprint. Ben Metcalf on his right, gets the kick on him. And Aiden shoots away from Ben's super kick and takes the win.
No, so stoked I went to that. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Microwave content. This is what it's come to. So yeah, you probably noticed I'm riding the Rapha Pro Team frameless sunglasses, and I popped up on Instagram. What kind of things did you guys want to know about these sunglasses? Because, you know, obviously the intention long term is to do a review on them, because there's quite a bit of tech in them. So I will eventually do a sort of long-term review on them, but I don't think any of you are interested in a review, because the only two things anyone asked me was, how do they compare to the Oakleys? Can you put them on a helmet? So I thought, well, we can probably cover that now. How do they compare to the Oakleys? Let's test them out, shall we? So as you guys probably know, we've been running the Oakley Jawbreakers this year. Absolutely love them. Super popular sunglasses. Never had a problem with them. They have the trail lenses in them at the moment. And these are the Black Mirror Rose. This stands for something, I'm led to believe, by Rapha.
Welcome to Sydney and welcome to the backyard on a sort of wintry afternoon with some variable light. So I thought this would be a really good test. So what we've got here are the Black Mirror lenses, and this is the lens that has the highest light transmission. So effectively the highest sort of protection from the sun. What I find really interesting about looking at sunglasses is not necessarily what it's like in the light, but more in the shadows. So I want to sort of take it down and have a look in just beneath this tree. This is a famous tree in the world of Nero, I might add. Anyone who can guess why that's a famous tree? They win something. I don't know what. But now, this is interesting. So you can see there's quite a bit of difference in the light between, you've got some backlit, you've got some shadowed areas, and this is where sort of on the road, you can really see differences. Swapping the Raphas over for the Jawbreaker Prism Trail lenses. Immediately, guys, you can see there's a vastly more contrast in the Prism lenses. Now, you can see it definitely brings out more cloud in the sky, more definition. So I suppose you could probably call that dynamic range. But also challenge, this is very difficult to put on camera. But if you look into the shadows there, it's a different experience there, isn't it? You're probably getting slightly less detail right in the shadow, but you're getting more detail in the high contrast areas. So it's, yeah, it's which do you prefer, really? And here's the two of them into the clouds. Kind of different, but kind of the same.
Okay, so let's do the final part of the puzzle, shall we? Oh, I love a moist helmet. Oh yes, a bit of sweat moisture in there. Fantastic. Beautiful. Pretty good. I don't actually tend to do that. Controversially, I'm a hair person. That's just me. All jokes aside, they are a really nice sunglass. I do quite like them. I realise that comes from someone who's currently wearing a Rapha hoodie, which is like it's a whole other subject. I could do like a big vlog on that. Like Marquez Brownlee, the tech reviewer, did a really good video about how he approaches sort of talking about products, because obviously that's entirely what his channel is. It breaks down to be pretty simple. If I pay for the product, I will review it. So I paid for these, so I'm quite happy to review them. If I haven't paid for them, or if I've got some sort of really, really good discount, then I don't tend to do a review as such on the channel. I just don't think it particularly helps anyone. I mean, a great example of that was the Asioma pedals that we did. Anyway, I've been across all of that. Just in terms of the sunglasses though, two things you do need to know about these. The first one is they come with a removable nose piece for small and large noses. You can have a guess which one I'm currently using. And the other thing is that these particular ones, the frameless protein ones, are a non-removable lens. So if you purchase these sunglasses, these are the lenses that you will have. The advantage of going for the framed protein ones is they are a removable lens, and they also come with a fully clear lens as well for nighttime riding and all that kind of stuff. Finally, the reason that I'm mostly at pains to do a review for a pair of sunglasses is because, well, in my opinion, 99.9% of the sunglasses is what it looks like on you. And I can't tell you what it's going to look like on you. So I'm really surprised no one's come up with a really good facial sort of system where you can try on your sunglasses. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. Like, you put your face in it and you put the sunglasses on and you can see what they look like. Because, like, you sitting there going like, oh, well, they look okay on Chris, but he's got a big fat nose and a stupid wonky side face. Well, for me, like, bigger sunglasses look better on me for some reason. It's probably the big nose and wonky face. Anyway. What do you reckon? Top 5 best sunglass review channel. I'm going to aim for it. I reckon that's what we do. We go for a sunglass review channel. Between that and sneakers, I reckon I got the world covered. Oh dear, on a far more serious note, you guys probably know Victoria is having quite a few problems at the moment. They're pretty much locked back down, so there's, you know, I know this is a far littler subject, but there's no bike racing happening there anytime soon. And I'm a bit worried about Sydney at the moment, so we've had a little mini spurt in Cashula, southwestern Sydney, which has a bit of a potential, because it's a bit of a, well, the pub's actually called the Crossroads pub, and yeah, could be a scary one. So fingers crossed this club racing situation continues. I should also add that, like, Cycling Australia and the state bodies are really, really keen to get racing. So there's certainly no attitude to just give up. I know Luke's been involved in quite a few meetings with CA, and it's all still really positive. Like, they're really, really wanting this season to happen. I know it could be super easy for them to just sort of go, oh, stuff it, it's just too hard, but there's a lot of positivity there, and there's a lot of, it's the right word, there is a lot of desire to make this season happen. Now, with all that said, guys, I realise the channel's been a bit ad hoc lately. It's just the nature of things, school holidays, a lot of work going on. And yeah, it's just going to be the way things go for a bit, okay? As always, pleasure keeping in touch with you guys. So let us know how you're getting on down in the comments, and we'll see you soon, hey? This is great content. This is where we're at now, people. This is where we're at.